Mina SayWhat Lona here, backstage. I am here with Michael Blackson. We are in Atlantic City, Boardwalk Hall. He just got off the stage. How was that? This is your first actual show on the tour, right?
First actual show on the tour. I'm excited. It was great. I mean, this is probably almost about the biggest audience I've seen, about 10,000 people. It was great. It showed me so much love. I mean, this is home for me. When I come home, love is extra. So it was great, man. They laugh at everything I say. They love me,
Of course.
So I can't. It was great.
Martin Lawrence is kind of coming in and out of the people performing. He's hosting this tour. How did you guys hook up with that?
Um, his agent was my ex-agent, and when they decided to put this tour together, he said I was one of the first one that he called. He wanted some comedians that were hot to be on the show with Martin. Martin went because I know in last year Martin went on tour. He headlined his own shows, but now he said, "Hey, let me come out and feature like the feature headliners." So they pretty much they went with the hottest thing that's popping. I think I'm popping.
You're definitely popping. Martin, coming back to TV, do you think that's a good look? I mean, I know they've been talking about that.
They have been talking. I mean, the show's such a classic, and I mean, people always look what's winning right now. Sequels are all winning. Movies that they're remaking are all winning right now. But they could come back. They just I make sure it's just as good. Because sometimes you don't want to touch nothing that was so with great things like certain things you're not supposed to touch. If you come out and make it just as good or better, hey, go for it.
So you're technically back home. You're from Philly, but we're in Atlantic City. So did a lot of people ask you to come on this show? Like, were people trying to get in for free, like family members and friends?
Man, I felt like an NFL player. Everybody hit me up for tickets, And the thing about it, I got the same number since 1999. I've had the same phone numbers. I gave out like 20 tickets to my close friends and stuff like that. I can help everybody out.
Who got left out?
Oh, man. Old side chicks that I don't see no more. Old exes. Ex from like 10 years ago. That girl, it was 10 years ago. Okay, I was broke. My life has changed. I moved on. Just like ex-females that I knew. I'm like, no, I can't. Man, I did the best I could do for everybody that I could look out for.
You're a Philly guy. When you come home, what do you do? Like, what do you have to do when you're here?
What I do is since I land, I go to South Street, grab me a cheesesteak.
From where?
Ishkabibble.
Yes! My guy.
They have my first headshot in that doggone place. There's a headshot of me when I first started doing comedy back in like the mid 90s. It's a very cute headshot of me. I look just like this. Look. So go in Ishkabibble and look for my headshot. I have like a little Nefertiti chain on. I'm just like this.
Which Ishkabibbles, one or two?
We mean one or two.
There's two. There's two on South Street.
What? I'm more like Fourth and South.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think that's the one by TLA, across the street from TLA.
That's the only one I knew. They made another one?
Yeah. Up the block, like 2-3 blocks up.
Yeah, so I get a cheesesteak, and then, but this is actually my second time being back in Philly since we won the Super Bowl. I went to the game, of course, but I missed the parade. Flights, the weather was bad, something happened, but so it just the energy in the city it's gonna live it's gonna live till the season starts again. It's been great. The city needed it at the most. And I've been in Philly since I moved to Philly in '89. I was just a little kid, and I watched all the struggles that the Eagles went through. From the Mike McNabb era, when we went to 4 NFC Championship games and made it to 1 Super Bowl, and then he threw up. Everything. It was just I went through all the pain and struggles. I saw Iverson get drafted. I've seen it all. This place is like it's second to Africa for me. Africa is my original home. Philly's my second home. So I love this place.
I actually follow you on Instagram, and I saw you were at all the parties. You were living it up in Minnesota. What was the funniest thing that happened out there that we don't know about?
Well, we all know about Kevin trying to sneak in on the pulpit, and then he got turned down by the name of the Lord. But what else happened? Nothing really crazy. I went to the Eagles party. Oh, here's a funny thing that happened. Okay, sometimes these NFL players, sometimes they are fans of yours, but you have no idea. Yeah. So I go to the Eagles party. Smallwood and Smallwood gave me some tickets to the party. And what's the other running back? I'm 30.
Corey Clement.
Yeah. So they invited me to the party. I go to the party, and as soon as I enter the party, I run into the Chris Long, right? And he's a big fan. I had no idea. He said, "Michael Blackson, I'm a big fan. Meet my daddy, Howie Long." I'm like, I know your father. I know how we long. I watch football. So it was great to know that I had a freaking fan that's like, in all color, all races, and in all sports. So that was probably the funny thing that happened to me because he came to me like as if I didn't know how he was, and I was shocked that he knew who I was. So it was a great feeling.
You're a good comedian. You're coming up. This is your biggest show. How many people were out there today?
About 10,000 people. It's definitely the biggest audience I think I've seen doing stand up. It was great. It was wonderful. It just tells you that people loves you when you go out there, and before you even say one word, the crowd go nuts. It's just time. It's your time. And it's the thing about it. When it's your time, it's time. It could sometimes take 3 years, sometimes it take 25 years. I've been doing the comedy for 25 years. People have no idea. Some people just starting to get to know me now, so they think I'm new, but I'm like a veteran rookie. So a lot of people don't know, like the industry doesn't know me that well, but now they're getting a veteran, an experienced person. So it's not like they're getting a kid that don't. I know I've been through it all, So I appreciate everything that's going on right now.
You got your start in Philly. What was the first comedy club you were ever at?
It was called the Comedy Works. They used to have open mic on Wednesday nights. It was right at Second and Chestnut. We used to go upstairs, and every Wednesday night was open mic. And back then, in like 90, whatever it was, 94, 93, what?
They just said Wakanda.
Are you ready? And back then, in the early 90s, open mic was tough for a new comedian. Because usually what happens, you go to the club, you put your name on the list. It's like 20 names on the list. The guy that runs the club decides who goes when and where. So a person that's not known at all, like myself, I'll be going on like number 20. So by the time I get on stage, the only one that's there is my mother and my neighbor. And maybe a few comedians stick around to find out who this new kid is. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much how it started. You just keep going every Wednesday till you build a name for yourself. After 6-7 months, they feel they're comfortable with you. They move you to up to 15, and then maybe in a good number is usually like 9 or 10. That's like that's like 9 p.m. Everybody's there.
Right.
So that's probably just the hardship of the open mic nights was how it was back then. Nowadays it's different. These kids could go on Instagram and get them like 500,000 followers. All of a sudden they want to be comedians. Right. Now they got an audience. Things have changed.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned Kevin Hart. You guys are both comedians from Philly. Do you guys really have a problem at this point?
I mean, call it what you want. I don't know what to call it anymore. I just thought that as comedians, I just thought we had no boundaries. I just thought we talk about everything that we want to. We don't pick and choose. We don't pick. Nobody's greater than anybody. I think, I pretty much what I do. What made me popular on social media and YouTube was me making fun of people that screw up. Yeah. Every time people mess up, I make fun of them, regardless what you did or who you are. I don't care who you are. I'm a comedian. I think real great comedians, you have to touch things that people are afraid to touch. And I never made fun of him having an affair. I just made fun of what he did. He made a video. I made fun of that video because he looked stupid on the video. And comedians, we make fun of stupid things. Mm-hmm. And I guess he was upset about it. I mean, later came out that he was upset. He went on an interview and talked about me, not to my liking. And then now I'm just making fun of. I'm keep everything I do. I keep it comedy. I don't go personal. I just make fun of everything.
What did he call you on Instagram? What?
Instagram thought. He called me an Instagram thought. I do it for likes, whatever you call it. But I do it for. We all. That's why we post pictures. We post pictures. How we like posting a picture, you get no likes. We all post for likes. So if that's what you want to call it. But I just make fun of everything and everybody. And nothing's going to stop me. I'm never going to change. Yeah. I'm not going to be apologetic about nothing. Real comedians, we don't apologize about nothing. Yeah. You mean it, you say, you make fun of it. If you're sensitive, you're sensitive. You get over it.
So you guys came up in the same scene. Did you guys did a lot of stuff together prior to this, right?
He opened up for me a lot. It's so funny. I went to go send my mom money the other day. My mom's in Africa. I went to Western Union to send my mom money. And the lady accidentally, she was going through the list and showed me a list of people I've sent money to. And guess whose name was on the list? Kevin Hart name was on the list. That means it opened up for me one time and I had to send this guy money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's how far we go back. You know what I mean? When I went to audition for my first movie, Kevin drove me to the airport. We're all good, you know what I mean? But, he became a big star and, and I'm proud and I'm happy for him. Because the thing about it, the more money he makes, the more I would make. If he asked for $500,000, hey, you shouldn't have a problem giving me $100,000. Mm-hmm. So Kevin, keep making money and I'm hoping the best for you. But, we comedians, man, don't take nothing personal.
You said you said he should get a new writer. You've written for him?
No, I've never written for him. When I said on the interview,
Yeah, you said you told him to get it on Instagram. You said get some new writers.
writers, because it's time. Because I said get ready to roast me, because I mean pretty much I'm about to light you up. Go find some writers and write you some jokes and make fun of me, because I'm about to light you up.
Okay.
'Cause that's what I do. Mike light mother suckers up. Mother suckers. That's cool for Fox, right?
Yeah.
Okay, mother suckers.
So when you guys see each other, what happens? Like,
It's
are you biting him in the face?
I'm biting right in the face, miss. Who bit you bit Beyonce, didn't you?
I was gonna ask you, who do you think bit Beyonce?
Her ticket price so high, I'll bite her when I see her. Okay, but I don't know who bit her. Somebody. I think Kim Kardashian bit her because Jay-Z said they didn't want him in their house or something. I don't know.
What? So are you a fan of Tiffany Haddish? Because she started this whole thing.
Oh, with the bite? Oh yeah, of course. Tiffany's my girl, man. We go way back. And the thing about it, comedians, we all like one big family. We all know each other for over 15 years. So we see each other as all love. You know, I don't know the beginning of this whole biting thing. I just saw it. I'm kind of caught up in the middle right now. I think they just found out who bit her. You know, now we have to find out did she catch? Did she catch something?
Right.
So I don't really know what's going on with the whole biting thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna bite her. Like I said, when I'm gonna bite Jay-Z for this ticket price, $2,000 for his concert. I'm gonna bite him. Everybody's gonna bite him.
Who do you like right now in the comedy world? Like, who's your favorite besides yourself?
To bite?
No, like as a comedian.
Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
I like Chris Rock. Those probably my two tops right now.
Your friend is here. He wants you to.
That's my shadow.
Let's talk about sports a little bit. Joel Embiid, he has a facial injury. He might be wearing the mask. What do you think?
Ah, they bit him in his eye. I'm so, you know what? Hey, listen. Carson Wentz went down. We won the Super Bowl, right? So it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
God has his plan. So let's just see what happens. It's so unfortunate. You know, he's from my village.
Oh, really?
He's not from my village. You know, all Africans, we just say everybody from the same village. I don't know that mother sucker. He's not from my village. We're not related. He's uglier than me. But go ahead.
And I want to talk about your girl. So Georgia Rain is here. You guys were engaged and then not engaged, and now you're back together. You know,
Right now, we ain't technically back. She said I'm not back with you. She said she's not back with me. We just hanging out. You know, we communicate and we talk and we good friends. We start to like get to know each other all over again. That's all.
all right, good, because I like her. All right, Michael Blackson, we're here backstage. Thank you. You know, I know it was hard for you not to curse because I follow you on social media and every other word is a curse, but you did good. You did good.
Mother suckers.